Hello, there's someone here. Welcome back to Shoshin Guitarist, Shoshin Guitarist.com. I have a website, hopefully you'll visit. Also, I have a YouTube channel. So today, I'm here to do kind of an unboxing for a Hohner HW300. Is this thing running? Looks like it might be. I'm going to double check. Yeah, it's working just fine. So this would be for a Hohner HW300, hopefully in one take. Hohner is an old guitar. I think mine was made in the early 2000s, but I think they go back even further, maybe 20, 30 years. And, normally people do unboxings for new guitars. This is a guitar that's probably 20 years old, so I'm not doing an unboxing. What I can tell you is that it arrived, took about 800-mile trip from Pennsylvania to Chicago, arrived when it was 20 degrees outside in a nice big box that was undamaged, and came in its own case, and it was packaged really great. You wish all guitars, new or used, were packaged in that way. So today we're going to take a look at it. Before I begin, I don't want to forget, I did this previously. My wife mentioned this. This is my darling wife that allows me to have this guitar room that's 10 by 20 and filled with guitars and 100 Lincoln books and 100 film cameras and a few other things. But it's my place. So my thanks to my darling wife for letting me do this. I did not want to forget that. That's really important. So let's go back to this. Not going to show you the box and the stuffing. It was very nice. What I do have to show you is this guitar bag, and I've never opened it. I do hope that this works. I want to have a nice cut where you can actually see me doing this. So came, packed. This is one of the reasons I bought it. Came from an eBay vendor, had a really good reputation. This is the cheapest guitar they had, but I bought it because it was a Hohner HW300. It's something that I wanted. Taking a whiff or two. Might have been in a smoke environment once upon a time as I cough, but I don't hold that against them. Again, the seller did a great job packaging, said this was in excellent condition, said it looked beautiful, more beautiful in person than for real. So I've never opened this. So hopefully my one take on this will work really well. It also came with its own guitar strap, which is really nice. So is it special? No, just a guitar strap. So, and a bag. So this is a genuine Hohner bag. So this is really good stuff. So I guess we get down to it. Actually open this up. Never opened it up before. It's really nice. So you hope when something is packaged so wonderfully, you hope that it's going to work really well. So let's see. Never seen this. Never seen this before. And let's see. Kind of closing my eyes so I don't see it. You're going to see it before I do. You can see it. I can feel it. What's it look like? It's a beautiful light blue. It's a transparent blue. It's very nice and very clean. So let's toss this away gently. Put it over there. Hopefully it doesn't hit anything. So there we have it. This is it. I wanted to go through. I'm not going to strum it yet. Just taking a look at it. And certainly on the front it looks nice. How does this feel? Not his fault, but ironically the frets are a little sharp, so maybe it was stored in a dry place. These things get fret sprout, but I can take care of that. And the neck feels good. Let's take a look at the back side. You can see it before I do. So let's see. Looks really nice. Found a nick on the headstock. There's a scratch or two on back, but then, it's 20 years old. So nothing bad. Nothing bad. How do the sides look? Sides look pretty good to me. How are the straps? Oh, the strap is loose, but perhaps I can tighten it. That's normally not a problem. So how about over here? Looks very nice, very clean. Once again, I'm not going to strum it or anything. It's kind of resisting the temptation. So, guitar bag, nicely shipped. FedEx did a really great job. Thank you, FedEx. The color, again, it's a very subtle blue. I can see where the the seller had trouble capturing that. It's a very subtle blue. It's like a dark black blue, and I like it. I like it. Feels good too. Feels nice and shiny. So what else? Oh, is the neck straight? Oh, I was going to say, heaven forbid, how's the bout? I did receive a Hohner once from Florida in a winter snowstorm, and the bout was broken. Luckily, the bout is just fine here, so we don't have a 10-inch gash like I had on my Hohner HW200 from Florida 2 years ago. What else can we say? Is the neck straight? I'll put it on my foot, take a look at it. Neck looks pretty good. I'm no luthier, but the neck does look fine. So, again, I don't know if you're seeing this perfectly, because I do this by myself. So, hopefully you're seeing it in all its beauty. And what else is there? I was going to do the check the truss rod. Is the truss rod available? Yeah, the truss rod is there. This is just a truss rod test to hope that it's not stripped. Doing this little truss rod thing. I bought a base once that had a stripped truss rod. So far this feels fine. Yeah. Truss rod feels good. And won't know until I actually have to use it, but I wanted to check for that. And what else do we have? Truss rod's okay. I was going to check with the Fritz ruler, which apparently is not copyrighted, which is kind of a nice name. It's a Fritz ruler. And it allows you to see how the action is. The action looks good to me. It looked good when I bought it on eBay. And the action on this, I don't know if there's any buzzing on this, but my goodness, the action is incredibly low on the low E string. Incredibly low, like the lowest I've ever seen. And the action over here on the high E string is incredibly low. This guitar has the lowest, how can I say it? It has, these strings are set lower, has the lowest action I've ever seen, which is nice, courtesy of the Fritz ruler. The real question, though, is does it buzz? So we're going to find that in a second. I'm going to tune it up and play it just a little bit. I am just an advanced beginner, so maybe I'm like you. I'm an advanced beginner. So I've never played this at all. So let's hear how it sounds. Well, that makes sense. They shipped it and the strings had no tension. That means the seller was very wise in this regard. Why ship a guitar that's, going to have problems? So I guess you're going to see me tune this. So let's do this one. I did ask the seller, was this, I bought a $50 guitar, $27 shipping. And then, of course, later on, I, had a tiny regret. And I said, well, you said it's excellent. Is it set up? He says, no, it's not. And I said, at new strings? He says, well, we didn't change them, but they look pretty good. So, honest seller, can't beat that. I'm approaching G now. Actually, I'm approaching A, I guess you'd say. Sorry it's taking so long. But then, how could I tune it without seeing it? Get in the neighborhood. I just want in the neighborhood. It's maybe a long video. I'm not cranking it a lot. By the way, when I received this, I received it yesterday afternoon in 20 degrees in Chicago. I was literally there. I saw the FedEx truck pulling up. I'm retired. And I went out and said, hi, how's it going? And I said, you have something for me? He says, yeah. And it's a guitar. And I said, yeah. And he handed it to me, and I said, looks great. He says, we did our best. And I would say so. You probably never worked for FedEx or UPS or people like that. Eddie 8 Dynamite. I'm trying to get it to the D. If my wife sees this video, she's going to say, why'd you torture everybody with this stuff? Why'd you torture them with tuning? Again, the reason I didn't pre-tune it is because that meant I would have seen it. I didn't want to do that. We're halfway there. In my mind, I think that I may do a video on how boxes should be shipped. Back in the day, 50 years ago, I actually worked for UPS, and I didn't deliver. I was a dock worker. So I dropped out of college, saved up a bunch of money being a dock worker, loved UPS, Chicago, Jefferson Hub, if you're out there. And, you know, I worked there for 2.5, 3 years, different times. And Christmas 50 years ago at Jefferson Hub was like all hell breaking loose. I probably moved or boxed 2,000 boxes every day. Let's see, 88 Dynamite. So working at UPS, if you actually work at these places, you get an appreciation of how difficult it is. 88 Dynamite, gee. You get an appreciation of how difficult it is to actually ship a box and all the different hands it has to go through. So, you know, UPS, FedEx, Post Office, they can all make mistakes. That all happens. 88, getting there. So far, this guitar is doing fine. Be nice if I could get to G. Maybe I can edit this out somehow. You're being tortured. But we understand the seller's point that what he did before sending this is he de-stressed the entire guitar, which makes tremendous sense. I'm probably going to get the worst reviews on this. People saying, oh man, you should have tuned it up beforehand. Again, if I had tuned it up beforehand, I would have seen what the guitar was, and that would have spoiled the fun. Hope we're recording. It's a B. Now, why did I buy this guitar? I have a Hohner HW200 that I bought 2 years ago. I call it Sawbuck because I bought it for $10 from Goodwill in Florida. I don't live in Florida. So they shipped it to Chicago, and by the time it got here, its bout, you know, was broken horribly. And by that I mean its bout here was broken. There was like an inch of separation for 10, 12 inches. And some hardware guys fixed it. It's amazing. So they did a great job. So still tuning this, telling stories. Hopefully you hang in there with me. The last one I do, maybe I'll learn that I can only show guitars if they're pre-tuned. That might be the story. But you're getting to know me, getting to know the guitar. So I owned an HW200. I do like Hohners. I actually owned 2 little kid Hohners that I bought. They were called Play and Learns. And they were so fun. They're like little classical guitars that I bought off of Craigslist. That led to the Hohner HW200. I owned 2 of them. And kept one of them, the one that had the broken bout, because it sounded the best. And that led, recently, about a year and a half, 2 years later, to buying an HW400, which is over there. And I call it Sunny, because it has a really sunny, bright sound, and it looks gorgeous. It's in the 1990s. It's a Korean guitar. Getting there. So I owned an HW200, owned an HW400, and, you know, I was kind of thinking, do I need a 300? Probably not. But my kind wife, she let me buy it. God knows why. So we're grateful. The world's longest video that you're going to hate. But it's okay. It's okay. Goodbye, Eddie. I can tell you the tuners feel really good. I don't know if they're locking or whatever. They just feel good. I just noticed that. You know, the longer we spend on a guitar, the better we get to know it, seems like. This is approximately tuned. I will take this guitar to a local guitar guy and ask him if it needs new strings or if he thinks anything would improve it. This seems really high, but I have my tuner. So before I do the final tuning, let me tell you again that the fret sprout, a little bit, it's because I think it was stored in a dry place. I'll either file them down or maybe being in my humidified basement where I've got 3 humidifiers going will help it. Also, I find that the tuners are really nice. There's no tarnish on them at all. They look almost brand new. Oh, and even the Hohner, you can't see it, but the tuners look really great. And Hohner is actually iridescent. I love it. And maybe you can see the tuners better like that, so you can see them long distance. I also noticed when I was looking online, I saw that there were streaks down the fretboard. Perhaps you can see the streaks kind of going down diagonally. I thought that that was really a function of, just a cut of wood. I didn't consider it a defect, and I think I'm right. Also, what I really liked is when the vendor, the seller at eBay sold this, he provided a picture of the bridge showing that there was no separation. So that's really a good sign. I really appreciate that. Hopefully you can see that also. So now I'm going to go in and do more tuning. Aren't you lucky? Talking about this. So I was saying that I owned an HW200 and HW400, and like a darn fool, I wanted to buy an HW300. What's different about this is that it has a mahogany top, so it's supposed to be a bit deeper and richer than others, and it's laminate. I dug into it a lot. It's a laminate, and you'd rather have it, solid, but it's not solid. You can look it up all you want. So it's mahogany laminate. And one person that I really like and trust on the internet, Jake Wildwood, look him up, great stuff. He's a luthier from Vermont, and he fixes up guitars and plays them very nicely. And what he said about this guitar was, it just sat under the bed of, hundreds, if not thousands of college students. And it's just, it holds up. It's just a cheap plywood dreadnought. So that's Jake's opinion. Jake's a smart guy. But you can also find, for the HW300, a bunch of people. I mean, there's not a zillion videos on an HW300, but you can find a bunch of people who really, like this guitar and play it nicely. The belief is that it gives a kind of a woodier tone, and that sounds about right. Eddie 8 Dynasty. I know it's taking a while. I'm basically being cautious about the strings, not breaking on me. I don't know why I'm being cautious about that 88 Dynamite. I'm trying to get a G here. But you can find a bunch of videos by people who really like this guitar. 88 Dynamite. Trying to be gentle too, because this guitar was subjected to a lot of cold. And I may have to strip out all this tuning stuff, because who wants to watch me tune and tell stories for all this distance? Finally, gee. I can almost feel the guitar tightening. I think that guitars are almost kind of like sailboats, that they can be built with slop, they can be built tightly. Yeah, I may have to edit this out. Jake Wildwood did say something about these guitars. I researched this a lot on ChatGPT, which is really a great source for advanced beginners like me who buy this kind of stuff. And they were recommending a certain kind of string, not a heavy string, because Jake Wildwood was theorizing that this guitar doesn't like stuff to be really heavy. So we have an E that's almost there. I'll just keep going, telling stories, and edit this stuff out if I have to. Thank you so much for dropping by. I've learned a lot. Probably in this whole process, I'm going to run out of memory on my phone. Eddie ate dynamite. Goodbye, Eddie. B. So none of my Hohners have a spruce top. The HW200 has laminate spruce. And the HW400 has maybe a spruce top or a laminate spruce. It's certainly got a bright voice. Now that it's in tune, you can hear that it has a deeper, more mellower sound than normally spruce would have. I'm no expert on it. I have to get some hot chocolate. I'm no expert in that regard. But that's what I was looking for. I was looking more for the sound of mahogany. And this is how I say hello to my guitars, so you get to see that. I'm going to turn in the hopes that you still see me and that I'm facing this, so that the guitar sounds will pick up a little bit. So can you still see me? My head's cut off. Oh well, that's life. So you can see the guitar. So we've said hello to it. Then I start doing some of the things that I do. Let's play something, one of my favorites. Let's play Oh, Plastic Jesus. And it goes like this. It's a really easy song to play, just 3 chords. I won't sing. tribulations and my travels across the nation. With my plastic Jesus, I'll go far. You've seen enough. You've been dragged through enough. I think this is fun. That ends my initial review and long tuning of the guitar that I'll have to strip out. This is the Hohner HW300, and looks great. Looks really clean. I'd go for excellent after it's 20, 25 years old. And it has a slightly different voice. Has a stronger voice than the HW200. Has a deeper voice than the HW300. I'm going to get to know it and learn how to play it. And this is an HW300G TB, which stands for transparent blue. My name is Richard Cronice. This is the world's longest video. My website is Shoshin Guitarist, SHOSHIN Guitarist.com. Thanks for coming by. I will try to trim the video. Take care. Bye-bye.